On March 22nd, 1996, the world was introduced to a franchise called Biohazard, aka Resident Evil, on the PS1. It was a hit, selling 4 million copies by the end of 1997, birthing a new genre called survival horror, making that style of gameplay extremely popular. Today, we're going to see why.
Wesker? Jill? What happened to Jill and Wesker?
So when it comes to story in these earlier RE games, there really isn't one compared to the newer ones. The story is only there to break up the monotony of backtracking and puzzle solving, so I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis of what happened. You play as Chris or Jill. I chose to play as Chris. They are part of Alpha Team. Y'all are going to look for Bravo Team. You are able to find out what happens to them, but then you get attacked by some zombie dogs fleeing into the mansion. Chris, Wesker, and Jill get split up inside the mansion, leaving Chris alone. As you work your way through the mansion, you find Rebecca. After a bunch of other shit, you find out Wesker's behind it all. He gets killed by his own creation. You kill the creation. You save Jill and Rebecca, then escape via helicopter. That is literally it story-wise. No joke. So like I said earlier, I played as Chris, so I don't know if there's more in Jill's campaign story-wise. For what I got though, it's adequate. Yes, the writing and the voice acting is absolutely atrocious. The opening sequence is so poorly acted and directed that it makes student films look like works of art. Even with all that though, I enjoyed it for how campy it was. So my advice is just to sit back, relax, embrace the cheese, and try to survive this hell that is Spencer Mansion.
What is that?
I'll go and check.
Okay, Jill and I will stay in the hall in case of an emergency.
Chris? Take care.
So when it comes to visuals, it's not even worth going over. I don't mean that in a bad way though. I say that because of this. It's a 26-year-old PS1 game that is being played on the PS3 that emulates it on the 32-inch 4K monitor with smoothing on, because if it was turned off, it would look like pixel art. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about everything else. And there's not much there either. When it comes to gameplay, it's super simplistic, especially with this being the first game. You get to choose between Chris and Jill to play as. Jill is more beginner friendly with more inventory slots. She also gets more weapons throughout the campaign. Also, she's the master of lockpicking, so you don't have to worry about finding keys to unlock drawers throughout the mansion. The trade-off is that she can't take too much damage. When it comes to Chris, who I played as, he's way more tanky. The trade-off is that he gets less weapons throughout his campaign. He gets less inventory slots. He requires keys to unlock drawers throughout the mansion. That's it when it comes to the differences between Chris and Jill. There are 4 weapons you get throughout the campaign playing as Chris. The first being the Beretta, your standard pistol, doing pistol things. The second one is a pump action shotgun. It's pretty powerful up into the latter half of the game where it's complete dog shit. The third gun is a Magnum, and once again, you know what these can do in Resident Evil games. The last one being a flamethrower. This one pops up towards the end of the game, but it's not even really useful if you manage your ammo right. You also get a knife, but in these games, the knives are kinda useless. So you can heal yourself with the good old herbs again. Green gives you life, red boosts all herbs, blue cures poison. When it comes to enemies, they are the same as Zero minus the humanoid leeches and eliminators. So you get your zombies, the dogs, the giant spiders, and hunters. Hunters are the real threat of this game though. They are super fast and they can take your head off with one swipe. They take quite a few shotgun shells and pistol rounds, but can be killed with one magnum round. Since this is the OG Resident Evil on PS1, you have to deal with the infamous take controls. In all honesty though, they aren't that bad once you get used to them. I prefer this over Zero, which came out way later but feels like dog shit. Just be prepared to smash Chris or Jill's face into the wall 90% of the time while running. That's all I got when it comes to gameplay. There truly isn't much here for me to elaborate on. I'm fairly new when it comes to these older RA games. I'm a 4 and up kind of guy along with the remakes of 2 and 3. This game though made me a fan of the originals. It makes me excited to play 2 and 3. It also makes me appreciate how far this series has come, to see how much it has evolved while staying somewhat true to its roots. Overall, I can't wait to play this game again one day as a sandwich and to see how it almost became a Jill.